Very good morning. See here, I'm starting the session. Listen. So in the previous session, very clearly we discussed about constraints in SQL. So constraint is, so the general meaning of constraint is restrict. So it restricts the user from entering invalid data. So constraint restricts the user from entering invalid data. For example, university is conducting 100 marks paper. If user is entering more than 100, we have to restrict him. So to restrict the user from entering invalid data, we are using constraints. Oracle SQL is providing 6 constraints. Those are primary key, unique, not null, default, check, and references. References can be also called as foreign key. What is primary key? Does not accept duplicate values and null values. What is unique? Does not accept duplicate values but accepts the null values. What is not null? Does not accept the null values but accepts the duplicate values. Okay, why we use default? To apply default value to the column. Okay, why we use check constraint? To write our own conditions. To write our own conditions to a column. To apply our own conditions to a column, we use check. Why we use references? Okay, foreign key accepts only primary key values of another table. That's it. So theory part we discussed. Now practically I'm showing all these 6 constraints. Observe carefully here. So I'm taking some examples on constraints. First example 1. Listen. See, to create the table, what is the syntax? This is the syntax. See, just observe this syntax because now we are going to create the tables by using the constraints. So observe this syntax. Okay, my request to you all is, please, when I am explaining, please don't talk. If you don't have interest, you can go outside. Because of you, I'm getting disturbance here. Please don't talk. See, create table, then specify the table name. After that, specify the field name, data type. Already we created tables by using field name, data type. Yesterday, what we discussed? Constraints, constraint types. So here we specify based on our requirement. If you want to set primary key, we write primary key here. If you want to set unique, we write unique here. If you want to apply not null, we write not null here. So constraint, with constraint types, we want to create the table now. But as of now, I'm not giving these constraint names. This one I'm not using. Constraint keyword, constraint names I'm not using. Okay. In today's session, we are creating the tables. So in this, just we specify field name, data type, and constraint type. We will not use constraint names. This part we discuss later. Okay. Now, see one example. I want to create one table with the name student. So student is the table name. In this table, we want fields like SID, SNAME, and M1. Okay, now we want to insert the records like this: 1001 Kiran marks, 1002 Arun marks. Okay, like this we want to insert the records. This is our requirement. But we want to apply constraints also. This student ID must be unique. And I don't want to accept the null values. Okay, the student ID must be unique, and I don't want to accept the null values. So this student ID we have to set as primary key. Which data type? Ah, number data type. Maximum how many digits we want? 4. Okay, which constraint we want to set now? Primary key we want to set. Next, S name field. Second field is S name field. For S name field, which data type? Which data type? Varchar2 data type. And I want to demand for this value. I don't want to allow the null value. I want to accept duplicate value, but I don't want to allow the null value. So we are applying not null. Next, M1. M1 which data type? Number data type. So university is conducting 100 marks paper. So maximum precision is 3. And this here, which constraint we have to apply? Check constraint we have to apply. Marks value must be between 0 to 100 only. So this is our requirement. We want to create the table with the name student. 3 fields we want: SID, SName, M1. 3 fields: SID which data type? Number type. SName varchar2 type. M1 number type. And for SID we want to apply primary key constraint. For SName we want to apply not null constraint. And for M1 we want to apply check constraint. This is our requirement. Okay, so just observe this syntax here. We want to create the table now. So observe this table creation syntax. Create table, give the table name. Table name is student. Field name SID. Number is the data type. Constraint type is the primary key. Okay, field name SName. Data type varchar2. Constraint type not null. Like that we have to create. That's it. Observe here. Create table. What is the table name? Student. First field is what? SID. Which data type? Number data type. Precision we are giving as 4. We want to apply primary key. So write primary key here. Okay, next SName. Varchar2 type. We want to apply not null constraint. So write not null here. Okay, next field is M1. Which type? Number type. Precision 3. And we want to apply check constraint. Check. M1 value must be between 0 to 100 only. So what we have to write? M1 value must be greater than or equals to 0. And M1 value must be less than or equals to 100. So we are applying our own condition here. So only this data we want to accept. Bracket close, semicolon. We are applying check constraint here. See, if this column name is M1, here we have to write M1 greater than or equals to 0. For example, assume that column name is mass. Now here what we have to write? Mass greater than or equals to 0 and mass less than or equals to 100. That is column name. Okay, this one is the column name. Whatever the column name is there, that one we have to write. So according to our example, I'm taking M1 here. So this is the query for creating the table. After creating this table, we want to insert the records now. To insert the records, which query we have to use? Insert command we are using. Insert into, in which table we want to insert? Student. Values, give the values here. Okay, I'm giving 1001. Some name I'm giving. Okay, next marks value I'm giving. Now, does it accept this record? Yes, this record will be accepted. One more record we are inserting. So I'm giving null value here, or otherwise I'm giving one more record, 1002 B. Okay, marks value I'm giving as 66. Next, one more record I want to insert. Okay, observe carefully here. Here again I am giving 1001. Okay, now does it accept this record? No, now it gives error. Okay, here it gives error. Why it gives error? Because primary key does not accept the duplicate value. So it gives error as unique constraint violated. I already told primary key is the combination of unique and not null. So that's why it is telling unique constraint violated. Violate means break. It is breaking this unique constraint rule. So it cannot accept the duplicate values. So this 1001 is creating the duplicate value. So duplicate values are not accepted by the primary key. Okay, next. One more record we are inserting. One more record we are inserting. Insert into table name values. I'm not inserting any value. So to insert the null value, generally we use null keyword here. Null. Null means it inserts null value. Okay, now does it accept this record? No. Why? Primary key does not accept the null values. So it gives error here. It gives error. That is, cannot insert null. Cannot insert null into, in which table? In student table. Which column? SID column. In student.sid column, you cannot insert the nulls. Like this, it gives error. Next. One more record we are inserting. So now I'm giving this record value as this student ID as 1005. Name I'm giving as C. And I'm giving marks value as 78. Now, does it accept this record? Yes, this record will be accepted. One more record I'm inserting. 1006. Okay, D name I'm giving marks value as 675. Does it accept this record? No, it gives error here. What is the error it will give? Check constraint violated. Check constraint violated error it gives. Okay, next. Next. One more record we are inserting. Here, this name value. This name value I'm giving as null. Does it accept this record? No. Why? Because S name is not null. But we are giving null value, so it gives error. It gives error as you cannot insert null into which table? Student table. Which column? S name column. Next. So with this, you can understand that not null cannot accept the null values. Okay, one more record we are inserting. Okay, so 1008 I'm giving. Student name I'm giving as C and marks value I'm giving as 40. Now, does it accept this record? Yes, this record will be accepted. Okay, so this person name is also C. 1005 person name is C. Like that, 1008 person name is also C. It accepts duplicate values. Okay, so if you write the queries like this, you can test about primary key, not null, and check. All testings are over. I'm showing it practically now. Observe. I'm opening SQL Plus. See. Our batch schema is Oracle 9 AM. Password is Naresh IT. Okay, observe. Okay. Now see, we want to create the table with the name student. Okay, maybe student table is already there. Let me drop that one. I'm creating fresh new table, student table. Okay, observe here. Just now we have seen creating the table by using constraints, primary key, not null, and check. For practice purpose, once again I'm typing here. Okay, please help me to write this query. We want to create the table with the name student, SID, SName, M1, 3 fields we want. Specify their data types and constraints. Primary key, not null, check. 3 constraints we want to apply. What we have tried? Create table student SID, which data type? Number data type. 4. We want to set primary key. So write primary key here. Write primary key, comma. Second field is SName, which data type? Varchar 2. I'm giving size as 10. I want to apply not null. So write not null, comma. Next field is M1, which type? Number type, precision. 3. We want to apply check constraint. Check M1 greater than or equals to 0 and less than or equals to 100. Bracket close, semicolon. So what it is telling, observe here, table created. Now we are inserting the records now. Observe, insert into table name is student, values. First value we are giving as 1001, name I am giving as A. Okay. Next, marks value I am giving as some value 55 I am giving. Okay. Observe here, is it inserting this record? Yes, one row inserted. Now one more record I am inserting, 1002 B 66 I am giving. It is inserting this record also. Observe. So two rows are inserted. Okay. Now observe here. Select star from. What is the table name? Student. So student table has two records. This is student table has two records. One is 1001, another one is 1002. So 1001 student ID already assigned it to the A student. Now what we are doing is one more record we are inserting. For this student also we are giving 1001. For another student, C student, we are giving this number. Okay. So 1001 with 1001 student ID, already one student is there. Again we are assigning same 1001 ID to the C student, another student. Now does it accept this record? No, it gives error. Now observe here, which error it is giving. Observe, see, unique constraint violated. Unique constraint violated. This error it is giving. And in this, just observe here, what is this C # Oracle 9 AM username, schema name, username, or you can say schema name. What is this sys underscore C 009010? What is this one? What is this C # Oracle 9 AM? Schema name. Schema means what? User. This is username. This is username. What is this sys underscore C? Some number is there. This is called constraint name. That is a constraint name. So you already know the syntax of create. You already know the syntax of create. Observe here. This is the syntax of create. Field name, data type, constraint. After constraint, what we have tried? Constraint name, constraint type. But just now we created one table. But when we are creating this table, are we giving any constraint names? No. Here primary key constraint we are applying, but constraint name we are not giving. Not null constraint we are applying, but constraint name we are not giving. Check constraint we are applying, constraint names we are not giving. When we don't give the constraint names, by default, Oracle gives the constraint names by prefixing it with sys underscore C and one random 6-digit number. Sys underscore C, one random 6-digit number. This is constraint name. Okay. Now please confirm what is C # Oracle 9 AM? Schema name, username. What is this sys underscore C? Constraint name. That's it. Okay. If we give the constraint name, that constraint name will be displayed. We didn't give constraint name, implicitly that is taking this constraint name. Next. So now with this example, you can understand that primary key does not accept the duplicate values. Next. In the primary key column, we are inserting null value. How can we give the null value? Null keyword we have tried. Null keyword only we are writing. So now, does it accept this null value? No. Now it gives error. Okay. Observe here what it is telling. Cannot insert null. In Oracle 9 AM, what is this one? Schema name. What is the student? Table name. What is SID? Column name. So in the student table SID column, you cannot insert the null. It is telling. You cannot insert null in Oracle 9 AM users student tables SID column. This is error we are giving. This error it is giving. It is not accepting null value. So with this you can understand that here SID is the primary key column. It does not accept duplicate value. and it does not accept the null value. Is it clear? Next, check constraint is working or not. We want to check now. Okay, I'm giving 1005 here. 1005 C. Actually, student got 89 marks. We are giving value as 789 here. Okay, now does it accept this record? No. Why? Okay, for M1 column, check constraint we applied that can accept values between 0 to 100 only. Observe here what it is telling. Check constraint violated. Check constraint violated. Now in this, what is this Oracle 9 AM here? Schema name. Okay, what is this sys underscore C? Constraint name. That's it. So we didn't give any constraint name. So implicitly it has given, Oracle has given these constraint names. So check constraint violation error it is giving. Next, here we are giving 1005 C78. Does it accept this record? Yes, this record will be accepted. For example, I am giving this S name value as null. S name we applied as not null. Now does it accept this null value? No. Observe here, it is giving error. See, you cannot insert null into in Oracle 7 in Oracle 9 AM user in the student table in the S name. You cannot insert the null. This is error it is giving. So with this you can understand that not null does not accept the null values. Okay, so just open the table here. Select star from student. Okay, so there is already a name student is there. We are inserting one more record. This student name is also A, but ID we are giving as 1006. Okay, so marks value I'm giving as 45. Now does it accept this record? Yes, record will be accepted. Okay, S name can accept the duplicate values. S name is not null. Not null can accept the duplicate values, but does not accept the null values. Okay, observe here what it is telling. One row created. Now open the table, select star from student. S name we applied as not null. It is not accepting null values but accepting the duplicate values. Observe, 1001 student name is A, 1006 name is also A. So like this you can practice. Very, very simple. One simple table we created with 3 columns with 3 constraints. So if you practice this one, you can understand about 3 constraints. Next, second example, another example. Example number 2. So in this example, I want to use unique constraint and check constraint. Sorry, unique constraint and default constraint. Unique constraint and default constraint. This in second example, I want to cover unique constraint and default constraint. So table name is student 1. So student ID, student details we want to accept here. So student name, student ID, student name. Okay, next student college name. Okay, college name and college address, college city. College city. College address we are giving. Next, fee. How much fee he will pay? Fee value we want to accept here. So when student is joined, immediately they will not assign the student ID. If they assigned, okay, unique ID will be assigned to the student. Now my requirement is in the SID, I want to accept the null values. So for some students, they will not assign student ID. Okay, so without student ID also, I want to accept the record. I want to accept null values. And if we are giving student IDs, those values we want to maintain uniquely. Unique values we want to maintain. So duplicate values I don't want to accept in the SID, but null values I want to accept. So which constraint we have to use now? Unique constraint. So SID which data type? Number data type. Okay, we are giving precision as 4 and we want to apply which constraint? Unique constraint. S name. Okay, which type? Varchar 2 type, and I want to apply not null. I want to apply not null. Okay, next third field is college name. Which type? Varchar 2 type. Varchar 2 type. College name is Varchar 2 type. But I don't want to insert this value because all students are studying in the same college. I want to give default value. Assume that college name is Naresh IT. Naresh IT is the default value. Okay, all are studying in same college means address is also same. So college address, college city value. Okay, Varchar 2 of 10. Varchar 2 of 10 default value we want to give. What is the default value? Hyderabad. Next fee value. Fee which type? Number type. Okay, so assume that maximum salary is maximum fee is 15,000. 15,000.00. Now observe how many total number of digits are there. How many total number of digits are there? 7. How many decimal places are there? 2. What we have tried here? 7 comma 2. 7 comma 2 we are writing. Then write default. Okay, all students are paying same fee 15,000. So default value we are applying as the 15,000. Okay, so because of Naresh IT is the string we are enclosing in the single quotes. Because of Hyderabad is the string we are enclosing in the single quotes, but 15,000 is the number. Don't enclose in the single quotes. Okay, so now this query we have to create the table with these 5 columns and with these constraints. This is our requirement. Okay, what is the table name? Student 1. What are the fields? SID, SName, college name, college city, fee. For SID, which constraint we want to set? Unique. For SName, not null. For college name, default value is what? Naresh IT. For college city, default value is what? Hyderabad. For fee value, what's the default value? 50,000. Now observe here. Right. Create table. What is the table name? Student 1. First field is SID. Which data type? Number data type. We want to accept the null values and we want to maintain unique values here. Which constraint we have to apply? Unique. Unique. Next S name. Okay, we want to demand for this value. We don't want to accept the null values here, but we want to accept duplicate values. So use not null. Next third field is college name. Okay, so college name is the field name. Which data type? Varchar 2 data type, size 10 I'm giving. We want to apply default value. To apply default value, what we have to write? Default keyword we have to use here. After that, which default value you want to apply for this column, we have to tell. Okay, which default value we want to apply? Naresh IT. So that one we are writing. Okay, Naresh IT is the string. So we must specify in the single quotes, comma, next field. Next field is what? College city. College city. Which data type? Varchar 2 data type. Okay, we want to apply default value Hyderabad. So write default. Okay, which value we want to apply? Hyderabad. HYD. Okay, next field is fee. Which data type? Number data type. Okay, what is the precision and size? 7 comma 2. 7 comma 2. We want to apply default value. So default value, all students are paying how much fee? 15,000. 15,000 is the default value. So when for all column value, for all records, column value is same. For all records, when column value is same, we use this default. For all students, college name is same, college city name is same, and fee is same. So that's why we are applying this default. So we have, whenever we are inserting, we have no need to pass these values. Okay. Now how we are inserting the records now? Observe. Observe carefully. Insert into. Okay, what is the table name? Student 1 values. Okay, we don't want to pass college name, college city, and fee. Just we want to pass SID and S name only. For example, I am giving 1001 as the ID and I'm giving name as A. Now, does it accept this record? Does it accept this record? it gives error. So why it gives error, sir? Listen carefully here. In the previous example, observe here. Here, how many columns are there? 3 columns are there. How many values you are passing? 3 values you are passing. Now in this table, how many columns are there? 5 columns are there. But how many values you are passing? 2 values you are passing. So not enough values error it will give. It gives error as not enough values. Not enough values it will give. Because total 5 columns are there, but you are passing 2 values only. What about 3 values? You have to tell that one. Okay. So in such type of situations, to insert limited column values, we have to specify the column list after this table name. So after this table name, which values you are passing, you have to tell. First value is what? SID, comma. Second value is what? SName. SName values. Like this we write. Okay, values. Give the values here. So now 1001A. Now does it accept this record? Yes, now. Now it accepts the record. Because you are telling that, okay, in the student 1 table, please accept only 2 values. First value is student ID and second value is SName. If you want to insert all values, write student 1 values, pass all values here. But if you want to pass limited column values, we must specify this column list. Okay. To insert limited column values, we are specifying this column list. To insert limited column values, specify column list. If you want to insert all values, no need to specify column list. Observe here in the previous example, in the student table, 3 columns are there. We are passing 3 values. Are we specifying column list after table name? No. Why? Because we are passing all values. But in this example, okay, we are specifying the column list here. Why? Because there 5 columns are there, but we want to pass only 2 values. Remaining 3 values by default it takes. We have no need to insert them. Okay, one more record I am inserting. Observe. Insert into. Okay, what's the table name? Student 1. After this, what we write? SID, comma, SName, values. Okay, and you can change the order also. You can change the order also. Whatever the order you are giving, in that order you have to pass the values here. Okay, no need to type SID, SName only. You can write SName, comma, SID also. If you write like this, first give SName, then give SID. Whatever the order you are specifying in this column list, in that order only we have to pass the values. Remember this. To insert limited column values after table name, specify the column names, and whatever the order you are giving in the column list, in that order only we have to pass the values. Now B will be taken as the name, 1002 will be taken as the SID. Okay, next. So like this you can insert. Observe here, I'm creating this table now. Okay, one more record I'm inserting. One more record I'm inserting. This record number, student ID value, I'm giving as 1001 again, but I'm giving another name C. Now does it accept this record? No. Why? Unique constraint. So it gives error here, that is unique constraint violated. Unique constraint violated error it gives. Okay. For example, one more record we are inserting here. I am giving null value here. Null value I'm giving, and student name I'm giving as D. Does it accept this record? Yes, because unique can accept the null values. Okay, one more record we are inserting. Okay, I am giving this student id as 1005 and I'm giving null value here. Okay, does it accept this record? No. Why? S name is not null. So you are giving null value here. It gives error as cannot insert null into student one tables student name column. This error it will give. That's it. Like this we can see, we can insert the records, we can test unique is working or not null is working or not. Finally, default values it is giving or not. To see that, open the table, select start from student one. I'm showing it practically. Observe now. So we want to create one table. Table name is what? Student one. Which fields we want? Oh, SID, S name, college name, college city, and fee. Okay. To write comment lines in SQL, we write double hyphen. To write comment lines in C or Java, what you are writing? Double slash. Similarly, to write comment lines in the SQL, what we write? Double hyphen. See here, if this double hyphen is not there, see, if this double hyphen is not there, it is giving error. Unknown command it is telling. If I write a double hyphen here, it will not give error because it is understanding this is the comment line. To write comment lines in the SQL, which symbol we have to use? Hyphen, hyphen. Two hyphens we have to give. Okay, now we want to create this table. What we are write? Create table. What is the table name? Student one. What is the first field? SID. Which type? Number type. Okay, we want to apply unique constraint. So write unique here. Next, second field, S name. S name, which type? Varchar 2 type. We want to apply not null constraint. So write not null. Next, third one, college name. College name, Varchar 2 type. We want to apply default value. So write default. Which one is the default value? Naresh, I think. Comma. Okay, next, college city. College city, which type? Varchar 2 type. Default value we want to give as HYD. So write default HYD. Next value, fee. Which type? Number type. We are giving precision 7, scale 2. We want to apply default value is 15,000. Because of this 15,000 is the number. Don't specify in the single quotes. Okay, Naresh it is the string. It's specifying in single quotes. 15,000 is not string. It is a number. So don't specify single quotes here. Bracket close, semicolon. What it is telling? Table created. So default constraint applied for 3 columns now. So C name, C city, college name, college city, fee. We have no need to pass these 3 values. Now we are inserting the records. Insert into, what's the table name? Student 1 values. Okay, I am giving values as 1001 comma A. Now does it accept this record? No. Why? Because in the student 1 table, how many columns are there? 5 columns are there. But you are passing how many values? 2 values. It will give error as not enough values. Observe here what it is telling. Not enough values it is telling. Okay, in the student table, here it is displaying star means here error is there. Okay, total 5 columns are there. You are passing 2 values, not enough values it is telling. To insert limited column values, what we have to give here? Column list we have to give. SID comma S name. So which column values you are inserting? You have to give that one. Okay, observe, is it accepting the record? Yes, it is accepting the record. One more record we are inserting. So 1001 value again we are giving. 1001 value again we are giving for another student. Now does it accept this record? No, unique constraint does not accept the duplicate values. So what is the error it is giving? Unique constraint violated. Here what is this? C # Oracle 9am schema name. What is this? Is underscore C constraint name. That's it. Next, I am trying to insert null value now. Null value I am giving. Is it accept this record? Yes, it accepts this record. Observe here, one row created. Select star from student one. Select star from student one. Observe, is it accepting null value or not? See, SID is unique constraint. Unique constraint is accepting null value, but it is not accepting the duplicate value. Whenever we are trying to give it duplicate value, it was giving error, but it is accepting null value. Okay, we didn't insert C name, C city. Observe here, we didn't insert these values. By default, it has given these values. That is the benefit with the default. We have no need to pass these values. By default, it gives those values. For example, one student is there. Okay, that student is clever, so college is giving discount to him. College is collecting just 5,000 from him. Okay, so what we write here, insert into, what's the table name? Student 1. Student 1, we want to insert student ID, student name, and also fee also. Okay, then write values. Values, give the values here. First value, which one we have to give? SID. For example, SID I am giving as 1005. Okay, some name I am giving. Okay, fee value for him, college is collecting only 5,000. Now, if we pass the, does it accept this record? Yes. If we pass the value, it takes that value. If we don't pass the value, it takes default value. So here we are passing the value, so it takes that value. Just observe. To save the table data, what we have to write? Commit. Commit means it saves the table data. Okay, I want to see table data now. So write select star from student 1. Observe here. See, for last student 1005, D student, what is the fee value? Observe, 5,000. If we give the value, it takes that value. If we don't give the value, it takes default value. So this is about unique and default. Okay, now 5 constraints you know now. Last constraint, foreign key. How to set foreign key? Now we are discussing. Okay, if you don't listen, you cannot understand. So pay attention and listen carefully here. Now I'm explaining how to set the foreign key. To set the foreign key, two tables are required. So we need to create two tables now. Yesterday I have given one example. So that example only I'm explaining now. Listen. So this is example on references. Example on references. We want to create two tables now. First table is course table. We want to maintain course ID and course name. Course ID 10 for Java, 20 for Python, 30 for C#. And we want to create one more in this table. CID we want to set as the primary key. So in this table we want to set CID as the primary key. Shortly I'm writing PK. Next, another table is there. Student table is there. This is student 2 table. Student ID, student name, and course ID we want to maintain. Okay, so student ID I'm giving as 1001. A student, he is learning 20th course. Means which course is learning? Python. 1002 person, this person is learning 10th course. Means which course is learning? Java. Okay, 1003 person, this person is learning 90th course. Means which course is learning? Okay, this is invalid data. We have to restrict the user from entering this invalid data. So here, this invalid data, we want to raise the error. So for this, we have to set this CID as the foreign key. So now here CID is the primary key. Here CID is the foreign key. Only this course tables, course ID values only we want to accept here. So this course ID refers to course tables, course ID values. Only these values only we want to accept here. Okay. So in the student table, course ID values only we want to accept. So for this, we write like this. When we are creating this CID column, We write references. References keyword we use to set the foreign key. Okay, data type. After specifying the data type, we write references. Which column values we want to accept? Course tables, CID values. Table name we have to tell, and column name also we have to tell. So course tables, course ID values will be accepted here. So this is the way of setting foreign key. So field name, data type. Here we are setting foreign key. To set foreign key, which keyword we have to use? References. So in this CID column, which tables, which column data we want to accept? Course tables, course ID columns data we want to accept. That we are telling here. That's it. So if you enter other than these values, for example, you are giving 90 here. Is 90 existed in the course table, course ID or not? It will check. Not existed. It gives error. So now we are creating this course table. We insert these records. Then we create this student to table, and then we insert the records. Here CID is the primary key, and here CID is the foreign key. So like this, we can establish a relationship between two tables by using foreign key concept. Okay, observe. So to create the course table, what we are writing? Create table. What is the table name? Course. What is the first field? CID, course ID. Which data type? Number data type 10, 20, 30. Like this we want. What is the precision? 2. Precision is 2. Comma. C name. Which type? Varchar 2 type. Okay. We don't want to apply any constraint here. Bracket close, semicolon. Table will be created. In this, we want to insert some records. What we are writing? Insert into course values. Okay, 10 Java. 10 Java we are giving. Sorry. Yes. We must set primary key here. So we must set primary key. Okay, here CID is what now? Primary key. Okay, so next one more record I want to insert. 20 codes. For 20 codes, course name is Python. Next one more course I want to insert. So course ID 30, course name is C#. So 3 records we are inserting. Okay, now course table is ready. We want to create one more table. What is that one? Student to 2 table. Okay, in this we want to set this CID as foreign key. Okay, SID, SNAME, CID, 3 columns we want. So what we write here? Create table. What is the table name? Student 2. Okay, what is the first field? SID, number type, comma, SNAME, Varchar 2 type, comma. Okay, third field is what? CID, number of 2. Number of 2. Okay, we want to set foreign key. To set foreign key, which keyword we have to use? References. Which tables, which columns data we want to accept here? Course tables, CID values. That's it. Bracket close, semicolon. This is the way of setting foreign key. Okay, now observe here. We are creating these tables now. Observe. See what it is telling. Table is created. Which table created? Course table created. In the course table, we want to insert 3 records. So these 3 insert queries I'm copying here. See, 3 insert queries are executed. Okay, 10 Java inserted, 20 Python inserted, and 30 C# record also created. Next, so 3 records are inserted here. I want to save this table data. What we have to write? Commit. I want to see the table data. What we have to write? Select star from quotes. Okay, observe. It is displaying the data. Now, We want to create one more table, student 2 table. In that we want to accept only course tables, course ID values. Okay, observe here. This is the query we are writing. Create table student 2. Here SID number type, SName varchar 2 type, CID number type. In this we want to accept course tables, course ID values only. Now I am inserting the records. Observe here. 10 course means Java, 20 course means Python, 30 means C#. Now we are inserting records into this student 2 table. Columns are SID, SName, CID. Observe. Insert into student 2 values. Values I am giving as 1001 A. Okay, and course ID I am giving as 2 now, 20 now. So which course is learning? Python. Is it accept this record? Yes, record will be accepted. Okay, text. One more record we are inserting. I am giving this course ID value as 10,002 B. I am giving. Does it accept this record? Yes, record will be accepted. Okay. For example, I am giving course ID as 70 here. Okay, 1003 C student. Okay, now does it accept this record? No. Why? In the course table, in the CID, this number is not available. So it raises the error. So with this third query, it raises the error here. It gives error as integrity constraint violated. Integrity constraint violated. So integrity means maintaining quality data, accurate data. Okay. So quality data will not be, quality data is not there, like that it is telling. So observe here. I'm inserting these two records. It is accepting. 1001 person is learning 20. 1002 person, sorry. 1002 person is learning 10th course. It is accepting. One more record we are inserting here. 1003. 1003. Name I am giving as C, and I'm giving course ID as 70. So this 70 course is not there. So that's why it is giving the error. What is the error it is giving? Observe here. Integrity constraint violated. Okay. So in this, what is this Oracle 9 AM schema name? What is this sys_c constraint name? Okay. So what it is telling? Parent, just a minute. Parent key not found. Okay. So in the parent key column, okay, this course tables course ID is the parent key. So in the parent key column, this 70 value is not there. That's why it is telling that parent key not found. Okay, so you can say this primary key as the primary key as the parent key, and here this foreign key as the child key. So in the parent key, value is not available. So that's why it is telling that parent key not found. So one more example I am explaining on foreign key. Okay, after this I stop the session. Listen. Okay, see, we want to create one table, department table. We want to create one table. Table name is what? Department. Department number and department name. Department number is 10. This 10 is accounts department. Department number 20. This 20 is sales department. And 30 is HR department. Like this, we want to set some department names. And we are maintaining employee details in another table, employee or employee 1. Okay, employee number we want to maintain, employee name we want to maintain, and his department number we want to maintain. Same model. In the previous one, courses list we have taken. Now here we are taking departments list. Okay, their student details we are maintaining in another table. Okay, these course details, these course IDs only we want to accept here. Other than these course ID values, we don't want to accept because course is not there. How student can learn? Similarly, here also same. These are the departments available in that organization. Here we are entering the employee details. Okay, employee number 1001A. He is working in 30 department, means in which department he is working? HR department. Okay, I'm giving 10 here. In which department he is working? Accounts department. 1003. This person is working in 80th department, means in which department he is working? This is invalid data. We have to restrict him. So here we have to, it has to raise the error because department is not there. How employee will be existed in the department? Okay, so now here this department number we have to set as the primary key, and this department number we have to set as the foreign key. So in this department number we want to accept which table values? Department tables, department number values. So this department number refers to department tables, department number values. So we write like this. For this department number, what we write? References. References, department tables, department number values. Like this we write. Okay, now see, we have to create two tables now. One is department table, another one is employee one table. What we have tried? Create table. What's the table name? Department. Department number. Which data type? Number data type. Size 2 we are giving. We want to set this as the primary key. Next, second field. Department name. Which type? Varchar 2 type. Okay, bracket close, semicolon. Table will be created. We want to insert records into this table. So what we write? Insert into table name is what? Department values. Okay, 10th department name is what? Accounts. So accounts department. Next, one more record we want to insert. Okay, insert into department values. Department number we are giving as 20. Which department name is what? Sales. Sales we are giving. One more record we are inserting. This is HR department and code we are giving as 30. So 3 records will be inserted. Observe here. I'm copying this. So department table is created. Observe. In this department number is primary key and department name is Varchar 2 type. We are not applying any constraint there. Next, we want to insert 3 records. So 3 records I'm copying. Okay, observe, 3 records are inserted. 10 accounts, 20 sales, and 30 HR. 3 rows are created. To save this table data, right, commit. To see the table data, right, select star from department. So this is department table data. Now we want to create one more table, employee one table. This employee one table we want to create with 3 fields. And in this we want to set department number as the foreign key. What we have tried? Create table. What's the table name? Sorry, student employee 2. Employee 2. Okay, what is the first field? Employee number. Which data type? Number data type. And we want to apply this as the primary key. So write primary key here. And next, employee name. Which type? Varchar 2 type. Next, we want to accept department number. Which type? Number type. Okay, remember one point. See, if we want to set the foreign key, data type must be matched here. If you want to set the foreign key, data type must be matched here, because see here, this department number is foreign key means what? This has to accept only department tables, department number values. Here department number is which type? Number type. Here also department number must be number type only. For example, assume that you are taking date type. Okay, how date type can accept this number value here? So data type must be matched for the foreign key. Remember this. Okay, so the convention is field size also should be matched here. Here 2 means here also we have to take number of 2. If you give 4, it creates data type, it checks, it will not check the field size implicitly, but the convention is give the field size also same. It checks data type only, it will not check the field size. So let me show it. For example, I am giving another data type here. Okay, see, this department number actually we have to take as number data type. What I am doing is I am taking varchar2 data type now. Okay, references. Now in this column, which tables, which columns data we want to accept? Department tables, department numbers data we want to accept. If we write like this, it gives error now. Why errors are? Because in the department table, department number column data type is what? Number type. But here this department number you're telling us which data type? Varchar2 data type. So data type must be matched for primary key and foreign key. Because those primary key values only we want to accept. Now it gives error. Observe, it is giving error. Okay, here it is giving the error. For department number column, it is giving the error. So what it is telling? Column type incompatible with referenced column type. Okay, so this column type, which column? This department number column data type varchar2 is incompatible with which column type? Department tables, department number type. This is the referenced one. So referenced column type. Referenced column type is number, and this column type is varchar2. Data type is mismatching. So you cannot create the foreign key like this. Data type must be matched. Is this one clear? Number of 2. So now it creates a foreign key. Observe now. Observe, table is created. So data type is matched, and the convention is field size should be matched. Okay. Now observe, we want to insert the records. Just observe the department table data here. Select star from department. So how many departments are there? 3. 10 accounts department, 20 sales department, 30 HR department. So we are inserting one record here. Insert into employee 2 values. I'm giving values as, okay, so employee ID 1001, employee name A is working in 30 department. 30 department means in which department is working? HR department. Okay, does it accept this record? Yes, this record will be accepted. See here, is it accepting or not? Yes, accepting. One more record we want to insert. So this employee ID is, employee number is 1002, name I'm giving as B, and department number I'm giving as 10. So 10 means which department? Accounts department. So department is existed. So does it accept this record? Yes, this record will be accepted. Now one more record we are inserting. I am giving this department number as 70. Okay, and 1003 C I'm giving. Does it accept this record? No, it gives error. Okay, why? Because in the department table, in the department tables, department number column, only 10, 20, 30 values are there. Only these values are accepted in the third column. Okay, so in the department number column, only department tables, department number values will be accepted. Other than those values will not be accepted. So it gives error as integrity constraint violated. Integrity constraint violated. So this is the error we will get. Observe here, I'm copying this. See, third record we are inserting. Observe, it is giving the error. 70 department is not there, but you are giving the value. It is telling that integrity constraint violated. Parent key not found. Okay, the 70 department is not there, so we are giving that value. So it is restricting us from entering invalid data. So this is about constraints. So now 6 constraints practically we have seen. So now you know 6 constraints. Primary key means what? Does not accept duplicate values and null values. Unique means what? Does not accept duplicate values but accepts the null values. Not null, does not accept null values but accepts the duplicate values. Why we use check constraint? To write our own conditions. Okay, next, why we use default? To apply default value to the column. Okay, then why we use references? It refers to primary key values of another table. Another table's primary key values only that accepts. Other than those values will not be accepted here. So constraints topic is over. Is it clear? Next, I'm stopping the session here. In the next session, we discuss. See, now you know how to create the table by using field name, data type, and constraint type, and how to apply the constraint name. This part we have to learn. How to apply the constraint names, this part in next session I will explain, and tomorrow I try to finish this constraints topic. Okay, thank you everyone, see you tomorrow.